So I'm out here at Loftus today for a customer who's with TPG. Now he's been having intermittent dropouts on the line for quite some time. How long's it been happening? A couple of months? Yeah, a couple of months. So it drops out and then the FTTC device, the lights go out on that and then it resets and then it just starts again. Now this cable here is a leading cable. This is the aerial leading cable. That cable basically pops up there, through there. And then you can sort of see it comes out from there, so there's no breaks in it, and that directly goes straight over to the pole there. Now I've just done an inspection on this because he's had 3 techs out here from NBN, and each time they've come to have a look at it, and they just say, oh well, we can't find anything. There's a couple of things I'm not 100% sure about, but one thing I noticed is the bend radius there on the fibre. Right, that's pretty hectic. But his cable is coming here. That's that cable that you can see there, which bends back around and then comes down, goes into the can, and then connects up with the cable that goes to the DPU inside the can. Right, now, let me just jump down off this ladder. So I've tested his internal cabling and all the way to the socket and actually through the lead, and I'm getting a pretty good test on that, so I'll just set this up and show you. Alright, so I've got a lines test set number 2 hooked up. Now this cable here is an old Optus cable, but that cable runs directly to a socket in his office, which is only probably about 10-15 metres from here. Well, maybe a little bit more in cable, maybe 20 metres of cable. Now on the lines test set, you can see here I'm going to switch it over to mega ohms, right, between A and B. So A and B is the red and black, so we're testing between that, and we're not getting any fluctuations at all. So I'll actually test the lines test set so you can see that it's actually working. So I'm going to put a short on it. Right, so I've put a short on that and you can see there's a short on that. So it's actually working all fine, the test set. And that is testing all the way through to the end of this, okay, end of that cable, which goes down to an RJ11 socket behind his desk. Now I've tested the LAN cable here, connecting between the FTTC device and the router, and that's testing fine as well. So internally there's no issues with anything inside his property, because basically that's a direct line from here to his socket. Now the only thing that could be, one or two things, problem with this leading cable. So I'm not allowed to disconnect from the DPU, okay, so I can't say that leading cable's any good, okay? So what NBN's going to need to do, they're going to need to send a technician back. He's going to need to physically disconnect it from the Telstra can there, identify the pair, do an insulation resistance test back to inside the garage there where you just seen the end of it, and then test the second pair as well, and see if there is any faults on that cable. Now sometimes with these cables too, you can have what's known as like a hairline fracture in the copper, and you can have high resistance. Now sometimes this won't show up straight away because you need the copper leading cable to actually be blown by the wind or something like that to separate the two pairs. So if that's all testing fine, then obviously it's a problem, something with the DPU back, but it's 100% not in this customer's cabling. So NBN, TPG, you're going to need to send back a technician, maybe a level 2, with some better testing gear to work this one out.